Welcome. Today we're looking at a single night that split history into two halves. Have you ever wondered why Jesus came when he did? Why not right after the fall or in the days of Noah? Why not during the lives of Abraham, Moses, or the ancient prophets? Why was Jesus born on that night, and why then? Picture the night itself. No Roman senator wrote about it in his journal. No historian working in the great library at Alexandria thought it worth a mention. No court scribe serving the Han emperors in China marked it on any official record. By every measure that the ancient world used to decide what mattered, this night did not register at all. And yet, a teenage mother far from her own home wrapped her firstborn son in strips of cloth and laid him in a feeding trough because there simply wasn't room anywhere else. Angels sang. Shepherds came in from the fields, and the world kept right on spinning, as if nothing of consequence had happened at all. Paul gives us the word that unlocks this whole night, pleroma, fullness. He doesn't say God picked a convenient date off a calendar. He says the vessel was full, that centuries of preparation had reached their tipping point, and the world was as ready as it would ever be. So what does ready actually mean here? It helps to think of three separate historical currents, each one set in motion by a different civilization, none of them aware of what the others were doing. The first is Roman peace, roads, order, and stability spanning three continents. The second is a shared language, Greek, carried across the Mediterranean by a conqueror who died young. The third is the Jewish diaspora, a network of communities and synagogues scattered into nearly every major city of the ancient world, mainly because of yet another pagan empire, ancient Babylon. About 250 years before Jesus, Jewish scholars in Alexandria translated the Hebrew scriptures into Greek, a work we call the Septuagint. For the first time, the promises and prophecies of Israel's God were accessible to anyone in the Mediterranean world who could read Greek. By the 1st century, a traveler could go from Spain to Syria and be understood the whole way. That's the language the New Testament itself would be written in, not Hebrew, not Aramaic, not Latin, but the common Greek of ordinary people. This is the world that the Messiah was born into. One that was perfectly orchestrated for one very specific purpose, to distribute the gospel to every corner of the known world. When Paul began his missionary journeys, his pattern was remarkably consistent. He went to the synagogue first. There he'd find two audiences already gathered, Jews who knew the prophecies, and Gentiles hungry for exactly the kind of message he carried. The network was already built. It just needed the message. Jesus didn't just come into the world to bring the good news of salvation. He came into the world at precisely the right time so that everyone in the known world would be able to hear it, understand it, and through his words, inherit the kingdom of God.